Hello everyone, I am Delecta63 and here's another video from me. Today is July, so it's Indiana Jones month. But, I hear you say, this isn't an Indiana Jones review as the title said. And to that I say, you are correct. Because for the month of July, we will also be reviewing another franchise. Austin Powers. So, strap in, because this month is both Indiana Jones month and Austin Powers month. Well, without further ado, let's review the first film, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. So, let's start off by reading the plot synopsis. It's a smashing, shagadelic party as Mike Myers and Elizabeth Hurley star in a non-stop hilarious comedy adventure. Frozen in the 60s, secret agent Austin Powers, Myers, is thawed back into action once again to battle his archenemy Dr. Evil with his sexy sidekick Miss Kensington, Hurley. Austin must stop Dr. Evil's outrageous plot to control the world. But first, this time-warp swinger must get hip quick and discover that there's no free love in the 90s. So, basically, the plot of this film is Austin Powers is from the 60s, and both he and his archenemy, Dr. Evil, are frozen and don't get thawed out until the 90s. And basically, Mike Myers has to, learn about how different the 90s are. So, let's start off with the title character, Austin Powers, played by Mike Myers. So, Austin Powers is a secret agent from the 60s, where basically free love reigned. So, basically, he is in a very different time period when he goes to the 90s. So, this movie is very funny, and Mike Myers gives a great performance as Austin Powers. But my personal favorite character is Dr. Evil, who also is played by Mike Myers. So Dr. Evil is the villain of the story, and he also somehow has a medical degree in evil. Don't ask me how. So, he is a hilarious villain, and just Mike Myers playing two different characters, he just delivers a great performance. Next, let's move on to Vanessa Kensington, played by Elizabeth Hurley. So, Vanessa Kensington is the love interest in this movie. And this film has the trope of, the couple that, acts like they're not gonna fall in love, but we secretly all know they are. Which I really do not like that trope in a lot of movies. But in this one, it's not as obnoxious as some other movies. Now, let's move on to the last character I'm going to talk about, Seth Green as Scott Evil. Scott is Dr. Evil's son. And basically he grew up after, like, I think he was born 2 years after Dr. Evil was frozen. He was basically for just in case Dr. Evil never came back. So Scott in this one, he hates his dad because of the fact that Dr. Evil left him, or that Dr. Evil wasn't around for his entire life. So then he's like, oh, you show up now and expect a relationship? And he is very difficult to deal with. Now I'm also going to talk about some other characters. So first, the side villains are number 2, played by Robert Wagner. Number 2 is Dr. Evil's, number 2, and he is also a very funny character, and in the end, basically, he is mad at Dr. Evil because he keeps wanting to take over the world, but there is no world anymore. It's just corporations. And also, basically, he turns on Dr. Evil and dies in this movie. But he shows up in later films. I will tell you why he shows up in later films. So, yeah, he basically is another good villain. Next is Frau Farbissina. Frau Farbissina is another pretty okay villain. And she, basically her thing is she yells a lot, and that's pretty much the joke with her. So, Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery is the best film in the series. It slightly declines as the series gets older, but the films were still pretty good. So those are basically my final thoughts. It was a hilarious movie. I loved the performances, and the writing was spot on. Alright. So, looking forward to the rest of Indiana Jones / Austin Powers month, which is, of course, this month of July. Well, this is Alexa63, signing off.